ever pick up your freshly strung racket and it just feels off?
Happens all the time.
Yeah, like something's not quite right.
Yeah.
Even though it's supposed to be brand new.
It happens more often than you'd think. There's a whole art to it, you see.
Really?
And today we're diving deep into a program that's all about elevating that standard. The BSW Certified Tennis Stringer program.
Okay, so it's more than just like threading a needle on a giant scale.
Way more. We're talking about a level of precision and understanding that can make or break your game, even if you're not out there at Wimbledon.
Now you've got me intrigued.
Yeah.
So what makes this certification so special?
Well, it's specifically designed with the casual tennis player in mind.
Okay.
That's most of us, right?
Right.
It's all about understanding the nuances of stringing and how they translate to a better experience on the court for the everyday player.
So it's about bridging the gap between a decent stringing job and one that actually like helps your game.
Exactly. Because believe it or not, things like string type, tension, even the way the knots are tied can drastically affect how your racket feels and performs.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now, I'm picturing someone who wants to become one of these certified stringing gurus.
Right.
Where do they even begin?
Well, you have to become a certified string advisor.
Okay.
That means you really know your stuff.
Gotcha.
When it comes to the different types of strings.
Okay.
And can advise players on what's best for their game style.
So you're like a string savant before you even touch a machine.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
And to get there, at least 3 years of playing experience.
Okay.
A good understanding of basic tennis skills. And of course, acing that certified string advisor test.
Makes sense. You got to know what you're talking about before you start yanking on strings.
Yes.
So someone's got the basics down. They're a regular Federer on the court.
Okay.
What's the next step to becoming a certified stringer?
That's when the real test begins. You're going to face not one, but 2 challenging exams. First up, a written theoretical exam to really test your string knowledge.
So there are book smarts involved. It's not just about being good with your hands.
Absolutely. The written portion is no joke. It covers everything from the nitty-gritty of racket construction to different types of strings and even, wait for it, customer interaction.
Wait, customer interaction?
Yep. You can't just be a stringing robot. You need to know how to talk shop with a player, understand their needs, and translate that into the perfect stringing job.
So it's like a customer service role.
It is.
But with way cooler tools.
Now you're getting it.
Okay.
But the written exam is just one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
To become truly certified, you also have to conquer the hands-on stringing skills assessment.
Okay, so this is where those 3 years of tennis experience really come in handy.
You bet. And a professional-grade stringing machine.
Oh, wow.
We're not talking about those tabletop contraptions.
Right.
We're talking about the kind that can hold a racket in 6 places at once.
Whoa. Things are getting serious. What exactly are they testing during this hands-on exam? So you got your professional stringing machine.
Yeah.
You're staring down 4 tennis rackets.
Right.
What's the challenge here? Is it a timed test?
You better believe it's timed. 60 minutes per racket to prove you've got the skills.
Wow. Okay.
2 of those rackets got to be strung using the 2-knot method, and the other 2 using the 4-knot method.
Okay, backing up a second here. 2-knot versus 4-knot.
Yeah.
Is one inherently better?
That's a great question.
What's the difference?
Yeah, it's not really about one being better.
Right.
It's more about personal preference and how it affects string movement, tension.
Gotcha.
That's a whole other deep dive.
Right, exactly.
But the examiners here, they want to see you're comfortable with both.
Okay, so it's about versatility, not just speed.
Exactly. And it's not just about getting it done quickly either.
Right.
A certified assessor is watching your every move.
Oh, no.
Evaluating your technique, tension consistency, everything.
I'm getting nervous just listening to you.
Yeah.
So what are they laser focused on? What makes a perfect stringing job in their eyes?
Alignment of your strings, everything needs to be straight. And even no wonky crosses allowed.
Right.
Then they're onto your knot tying skills, because a loose knot can mean a string job gone wrong.
Right, of course.
But here's the real kicker.
What's that?
Your tension has to be within a 2DT range deviation tolerance.
UDT. That sounds insanely precise. break that down for me. What does that even mean
Sure.
in real-world terms?
Basically, it means the tension across all 4 of those rackets needs to be nearly identical.
Wow.
And remember, 2 are strong with the 2-knot method.
Right.
2 with the 4-knot.
Right.
They're comparing the tension across all 4.
Wow. So they're not just looking at individual rackets in isolation.
Exactly.
They're looking at the bigger picture of consistency across the board.
Precisely. They want to make sure you can replicate that same high level of precision no matter what.
Okay, now I really see why this certification is a big deal.
Yes.
They don't mess around. It sounds like they're trying to set a new standard
They are.
for what good stringing should look like, even for us casual players.
That's exactly it. The BSW CTS certification is about equipping stringers with the skills
Right.
and knowledge
Yeah.
to deliver that professional level of service to everybody, not just the pros.
Right.
It's about recognizing that good stringing can elevate a player's game,
Totally.
no matter their skill level.
I've never thought about it this way before, but it makes so much sense. I bet most people just assume all stringing jobs are created equal,
Right.
but there are levels to this.
100%. And even if you're not planning on becoming a certified stringer yourself,
Right.
knowing what goes into it
Yeah.
can totally change how you approach getting your own racket strung.
Now that you mention it, what's the takeaway for our listener who's probably thinking,
Yeah.
okay, cool, but I'm not about to drop hundreds on a professional stringing machine.
Right, that's fair. You don't need to be a certified stringer to benefit from all this knowledge.
It's like you're speaking a secret language next time you walk into a pro shop.
Exactly.
Yeah, instead of just being like, give me the usual,
Right.
you can actually have a conversation
Yes,
about what you want.
exactly.
I'm looking for something with a little more control, maybe a poly blend at a slightly higher tension. But let's talk about DT.
There you go.
I want that sweet spot to be consistent.
See,
Yeah.
now you're talking their language.
Exactly.
And who knows?
Yeah.
You might even impress your stringer with your newfound knowledge.
That's a win-win.
It is.
So let's be real for a second here.
Yeah.
Someone goes through this whole rigorous certification process.
Yeah.
They get a special badge, secret handshake, spill the tea.
Well, maybe not a secret handshake,
Oh.
but they do get a pretty official looking
Okay.
BSW Certified Tennis Stringer certificate.
Okay, so something to frame up,
Yeah.
hang on the wall.
Absolutely. A testament to all that hard work and dedication,
Yeah.
proving they've got the skills and the knowledge to string racket
Shit.
at a professional level.
Talk about bragging rights. Yeah, that's the power of a perfectly tensioned string bed, my friend.
Honestly, you'd be surprised
I know, right?
how many players underestimate
Right,
the impact of good stringing on their game.
totally.
It's like having the right tires on your car.
Yes.
It can make all the difference.
That's such a good analogy.
Right.
And after this deep dive, our listeners are definitely not going to underestimate the art of stringing ever again.
Absolutely not.
They'll be looking at their rackets in a whole new light.
I hope so.
Exactly. And who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe we've inspired a future certified stringer or two out there.
maybe.
So next time you pick up your racket, remember there's a whole world of expertise behind that seemingly simple string bed. And understanding just even a little bit about it
Right.
can totally change your game.
Absolutely.
So we've talked a lot about the technical aspects of stringing.
You have.
But what about the feel? Do you think you could tell the difference between a racket strung by a certified pro versus one that's just good enough? Something to ponder next time you're on the court?
We're